Hey everyone, how is everyone doing? Yep, I am back, and back with another tech stream. Wrong one. As you can see, we got ourselves this beautiful, yes, red, of course, my colors, shell. We're going to put in these neon yellow, green, more yellow buttons, got the membranes for them. Now this is a custom shell. It is a Funny Playing kit designed for ta-da! Basically, this is a brand new probably was built last year, so 2023 Game Boy kit. In this, from Funny Playing, you get the body. Oh my, crunkling. Oh, I don't like this was open, but speaker, battery, and the screen with some fun stickers. This no. From the instructions, I think this is just some cool stuff. And I'm obviously going to be putting them in this. So let's get to it. As you'll notice, this doesn't look right. Hey, it zoomed when it was meant to. USB-C, rechargeable with the lithium battery. So this thing, which I'll show you on this, screws, of course. These tend not to be pre-installed. I'm really happy to find that a couple of the kits, front's not gonna matter, but it's already shaped, and this is the custom thing, one of the custom parts for this shell for the kit. I don't know if you can see it. It actually says USB-C. It's not gonna zoom. And obviously the screen has been set up to take in the new screen. This thing looks beautiful. It looks a lot darker, but on the screen it looks a lot brighter. This is meant to be a very dark red. This does not matter. The new screen will not have the light. It's a full, takes up the whole edge. Speaking of that, I think, well, we have to test it first. So please test kit before installation. Exactly what I was just about to say. Moving stuff out of the way. So we'll have to take the battery out. All you do is just slip the screen into the track and close. Try not to put too much pressure on the ribbon. Okay. Don't tell me I started a stream and we're not going to get anything done. I want to open this out of the box, so obviously I Hey King X, how you doing? Good? Alright, battery's not going in right. That might be on me. Okay. Oh. Check that it comes on the off mode, not pre-installed on the on mode. That might have been problematic. There we go. I think I've been sent an older model. Because it's normally meant to, unless they had to change it. I have been good. I hope you are doing amazing. Okay. So, all works. Now, obviously, I'm not going to try a game yet. Now, let's get the adhesive. I'm probably going to be putting my fingers all over this thing. I probably should be using these. So let's stick the screen in. So very simple, put in, this goes under, you want it to fit. I'm going to be using the screen to protect it, to just push it in a bit. And let the glue do its job. New job loss. Oh, congrats on the new job! I hope it's been good. You moved as well. Oh, that's good. Congrats, man. I hope it's all doing well for you. Now, next, populate the buttons. I really hope this comes out good. I picked sort of a cyberpunky look to this. Oh, even the is that color. I'm actually really happy about that. This is the A button. You go here. And B button goes there. On and off, which we'll put in last. Don't need... Actually, I'll do the screws now because I should separate them. So long ones. Three short ones, or short-ish ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a short, that's a short, that's a long. 6, and I'll put the 3 short ones here. Yeah, I'd love to catch up and do something. So where was I? Right, so buttons are in. Now membranes. I always get a free one of these. It's only these I have spares of. Like, I'd like to get a mix of spare extra ones. That way I have sets I can at least use. Like, worst case scenario. Oh, that's my luck in a nutshell. I get the point of putting these in now, only to have to readjust them in a second, because I'm about to put this in. Oh, nope, I forgot something. Speaker. Speaker has plastic film that we gotta put around it to get it to fit into the hole. And it goes in a very specific direction. Nope. You're supposed to just chuck this in first. Maybe like that? Maybe it's meant to work like a reverse membrane? Actually, I think, yeah. Goes in first and this fits on top. We'll find out once the board's in. Then we'll plug it all up now. There is a part of this that is sticking out. You want this to be in this sort of angle where the flat side is going to be where the board sits. Let's do this hopefully for the final time. Hard to do it when you're not looking at it. I feel like there's meant to be more of a... No. Checking the buttons are all in. There we go, that feels like it's sitting in right. Let's screw in part of it. These are this one. Hey, Big Tuna! Yeah, this is a Game Boy Color from scratch, brand new. We'll be testing it out and everything. Now, something the instructions didn't tell me, which I might omit, is there is a third screw here. or here it might be. That third screw has always caused issues for mods. Oh, and I just touched the screen. Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving smudges all over the screen. Am I screwing in the right screws? I might be putting them in the wrong spot. No, I am not. Sweet. Nope, no cracking. Guys, you tell me how that looks, the lemon on the red. Alright, so as you saw, I took the cap that was protecting the speaker. Now we plug it in. I think that's... Yep. Let's remember to put the on-off button in. Let's set it to off. Yeah, down is off, huh? Feels like it's not sitting right, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Famous last words. So let's... So you can technically put this on and then clip the battery in. I have trouble with that. So I'm gonna feed the battery through. Oh, I should be doing it on stream. So normally you can sit this first. I probably should rest this in a way that's not going to be causing issues. You can technically sit this first and there's a hole for plugging the battery in. I have trouble doing that. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be feeding this in through. This is a tighter fit than it's supposed to be. Unless... Now this is meant to, this does shake a little bit when inside, because obviously this was designed for two AA's, not for a lithium battery. I think they've thickened the plastic around them so it sits in a bit better now. Now let's put this in. Let me make sure I put it in properly this time. And then feed the cable in a way that's not pressing on anything. Now, before I screw it up, let's do a test. Sweet. Right, now I feel comfortable doing the rest. So here's gonna be next big trouble. 2 screws inside the battery case. Let's do those first so I can sit the battery back in. So with a first time kit like this, it's not going to be threaded. So you're making the threads in the plastic as you screw stuff in. Now, what you want to do is if you ever open stuff up again, you want to make sure you're then reusing the same thread. And I've said this on every single stream I've done on tech work. Yeah, that's fine. That you're not clipping in right. You are. You just don't like not having screws. I might put some in the top just to then go back to the battery ones. But yeah, you want to make sure you go back into the threads you've first created when you're doing it. So I'm now creating the threads for the first time. And you don't want to go full hard in when you're doing metal on plastic. Never do that. You want it to just close. That's why I'm pulling them back a little bit. Once I feel I've got them in right. And I'll be doing that for these as well. I'll set this here so the battery's not hanging. So what have you guys been up to? No, needs a bit more. And as you can see, I'm going very carefully in. I'm not going in, I'm checking, going in, checking. I'm taking my time. Then when I feel I'm at bottom, I pull back a little bit. Then check. Yep. Put this in. All right. Besides the fingerprints that you can see a shit ton of. It's coming up great. Don't know why I cleaned it when I'm about to like flip it over and touch the screen again. Oop, don't wanna. Oh, I got plenty spares of these lying around. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Yes, I have that trouble with the electronics as well. Alright. So yeah, the third one I didn't put in. So, I didn't go through why. So, the modified cases for the battery, they're flat on the bottom instead of having that divot to separate the two batteries. That flat hole sits right on top of where this screw is, and not all modded kits have a space for that third screw there. Now, I didn't even bother checking. I've just gotten used to not putting this in because 80% of the time you don't put this in. This kit may have been adapted and I probably could have put that screw in, but for the most part, besides the battery, it's fairly solid. Nothing's fallen out. It looks like it's a brand new battery. It looks like it's a brand new Game Boy Color from scratch. Obviously, it didn't come in this color with these buttons. Oh, something's wrong! No! I have to pull you apart. Something's wrong with this button array. It's not one of my streams unless I'm pulling stuff apart. Screws are hanging in. Alright. Let's figure this out. I was hoping this would be the one I just get done and dusted and not have to worry. Now I have to worry about the threads on these 6 screws again now, or 6, 7, 8 screws. This is a terrible way to do it, but eh. One, two, three, 4, 5. This isn't fitting as well. I'll leave that in for now. Don't need to take it out. You're not working. Should I try black one? This seems to be my lucky screwdriver. Yeah, I don't know why this one grips better than the custom ones do. Huh. Let's try that again. That's better. Okay. Now, might as well explain it again. Go in reverse till you feel a click, then you screw in to go into the threads you initially used. I feel I'm doing something wrong with this speaker, but I'm not sure what. Oh, the membrane's in. I'm gonna get in on the flat end up-ish. I think it's fine. try that again. And the speaker's working. Alright, well, it's all sounding like it's working. So you'll feel just a slight sort of click, or you can even hear it sometimes. Let's see if we can get through this with only one issue. All right. So I have with me our usual suspects, the gauntlet, as I like to call them, and this. This is a flash card. These things do not do well with these things. Sometimes. Sometimes. And we'll find out. Alright. Now. Yeah, that's working. The one that normally doesn't work. I think it... Ironically, for a DMG cartridge, I think this thing just doesn't like DMGs. Something is wrong. Let's go full. Game Boy. Save. Reset. Okay. So, for some reason... volume, up and down, brightness, let's go down a bit so you guys can see. Now, there's something a little bit off about display. So yeah, first one is the brightness level. Second one is volume. Third is, you got normal display, you got pixel, and you got full screen. Full screen only really gets wonky with writing, from what I've been told. So this is Game Boy Color mode, Game Boy Color mode, And in Game Boy mode, you got pallets. Only 12. Okay. I feel like they sent me an older model. I might have got shafted and got sent an older model. Frame mix is for flickering. Maybe I need to turn that off. No, it's still got a weird frame. Anyway, let's turn it back to Game Boy Color. Oh, I didn't bring a Game Boy Color with me, game. That might help. We'll try one on the driver. If not, I'll go get one. Yeah. It's looking good. So, up and down is volume wheel. Press and hold. Sleep mode. Press and hold. Unlock sleep mode. Now, obviously, I don't know if you would ever want to sleep mode a Game Boy Color game, but there it is. Double click to bring up the menu. And you got all the menu options again. We should be in Game Boy mode for this. I don't know how I feel about the brown. What other colors do we have? Oh, up. It's got brown, red, purple, dark purple, blue, green. Oh, that's green. I'm gonna stick with the green because that's more the drive. There's no sound when I'm in the menu. Okay, so when you're in the menu, there's no sound. Okay, I was wondering about that. Let's turn back. Let's go back to game. I know I've done that a few times. Save. Also, battery at the bottom. It is a bit flickery. I don't know why. Yeah, it looks like I might have got an older model. Version 1.04. I'm going to need to look into that. Alright, now here's the real test. It's loading. That's not a good screen setup. Could I just have gotten a bad screen? It shouldn't look like that. Game Boy Color, no. Game Boy Color. Let's go to a classic. Which one's Crystal? Fuck it. Pokemon Pinball. See if it's the right colors. Otherwise, I'll go get my crystal from my shelf. While this is loading, I'll go get my crystal from my shelf. Be right back. I am back, and it looks like it has in fact bricked. Which is what we expected. Oh, no. Let's try that again. There's a crystal version. Yeah. So, because these things are running their own system, doing a flash card is not the best. So if you're wanting to... Oh, hold on. Am I wrong? Well, it bricked on the first go, so... Even if this works, it didn't work on the first... Oh, alright, well that one worked. Let's see if the colors are correct. No, the colors are not. So something is wrong. Let's try an actual. And this time I'll actually let the intro run through. See, that looked right. It's purple. Game Freak logo looked correct. That looks correct. Correct coloring. That is not. Yeah. Alright, so some of the coloring is off. Yeah, some of the coloring is off, and I don't know why. Maybe I need to do this. Let's take a look. Oh, now it's working. Alright, there was something in the settings. Let's go through that intro again. Alright, so there was just something in the settings I was supposed to turn off. Right! I'm now remembering what that setting is. It's for turning off certain coloring. But we did get the glitch on the flash card. But now we're getting full color, which is good. Yep, now we're getting the full color, which is good. There we go. I know what that word spells. Alright, there we are. Alright. So the issue was the Game Boy Color fix. Yeah, so certain games have a color flickering issue, and you have this setting to turn off certain colors on the Game Boy Color mode in order to stop that glitch. Yeah, it was just a simple thing. I think I need to update this thing. I don't know how. I'll work that out. It does have a USB-C, which is cool, so probably that, which I'll show off in a second. Alright, so that worked. Alright, so everything's working. You just didn't like the flash card, which we knew. I'm curious to try that again, now that we've turned off that color fixing issue. Yeah, now it's looking correct. Game Boy Color. So first... Oh, I went to the wrong one. We'll do Crystal again. See if it still has a distorted... Oh, I should have just pressed Start instead of going through this. Oh, screen's lost itself. But yeah. I wanted something, yeah, cyberpunky to look with the black, because I knew this was going to have the black circuit board under the red. And yeah, this was always going to show unless I got an opaque, but I've already got an opaque one. I wanted to get a clear one for once. So what do you guys think? Do you think I picked a good design like I normally do? Might have to have a competition with my different models and have you guys pick my best design. Okay, no distortion. That's working fine. Let's go back to Ruby. Not Ruby, Pinball. Because I wasn't here when this bricked. Oh! Guess it's just finicky. But, yeah. These things are not designed for flashcards, even though... No. Oh, I forgot that. I'm terrible at this game. Yeah, as you saw, I'm terrible at this game. Let's see if I can play off the screen on the stream. Not very well when I can barely see it. Alright. Alright, so flashcards are a maybe. We'll put this in the maybe pile. But otherwise, everything else worked fine. Even, you know what? Let's give it another go. The dreaded Warrior Land 2 cartridge that I have. No, it works fine. Actually, I'm curious if I... go back to Game Boy mode, what will it do? Okay, so it just puts on the green layer. Yeah, and we don't have that clipping that we had in that cloud. So yeah, 3 generations of cartridges on Game Boy, or technically 4 if you count Advance, but we can skip Advance since we're talking in this realm. Grey carts, coloured carts, clear Game Boy Color carts. These ones have the bump sticking out, these two have the bump sticking in, and obviously they're not grey. Probably these two you want to run with the Game Boy Color mode off. Obviously Game Boy Color mode has to be on for this. Maybe the coloured carts like this you can risk having Game Boy Color mode on. The modes are pretty cool. I give you more control of the console. People wonder why it's not automatic. It can't be. I don't think there is a way for it to detect the difference between the carts. Like, there is no actual input. Like, there's no physical difference on these. So there's no actual input, I think, for it to detect it. Unless it tries to read the pixel number, the color numbers on the pixels. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not very good with the software side of stuff. But from the hardware, I cannot think of a way for it to actually read the difference between a Game Boy Color and a... Now, I don't know if this will work, but... Oh, I thought there was a light. Oh, there it is. It's at the front now. So, charging, I assume it's a different color when it's full. And it's very clean USB-C slot, and obviously the headphone jack. I assume this thing's useless because there was nothing there on the board. I assume doing anything with that. Now this I'd be curious to test. I'm not going to do it on stream because that involves pulling out another Game Boy, involves doing that. If you are interested on me testing it, if you want to see me do a stream on that and a video on that, the comments below on YouTube or message on Discord. I'm happy to do it. If people are interested on the test just to know and don't really want a video, I'm happy to do it later and then answer any questions. I'm going to do it just because I want to I want to find out if this thing has that full functionality on the trade link. Like, that would be really cool if the whole thing, like, they've put it in, they've not put something else there and then put a cap on, so I assume this thing works. And everything else seems to work as is. I love this thing. Do you know what I should have done? Maybe if I got a clear green and went for a more watermelon look. But I like the sort of red, yellow, cyberpunky. And I like that the switch as well is altered color. This feels a lot lighter than my heavily modded one. Probably because it is lighter. But yeah, if you have any questions, please ask. I'm happy with this. I got attracted to this not because of anything in particular. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Funny Playing stuff. I tend to only use Funny Playing stuff. You've seen me only really work with their equipment. The thing that really got me attracted to this is the fact that I had to build it myself. I know that's a deterrent for most people. That wasn't a very hard build, as you saw. I haven't taken much time. It did take a bit of time, but I also had to finagle and I screwed this up. Actually, you know what I didn't do? I didn't test the controllers. I tested up, down, A, B, but I didn't really test much outside of that. Oh, I tested start. I don't know what I can test select with. Yeah, it looks like all the buttons are good. Let's try B out for a second. Yeah, B. But I'm sure if all the others are working... I think if I get the power up, I can do a special. But, yeah. It's perfectly fine. It works just like a normal Game Boy. Obviously, original cartridges are the main go with this versus, you know, flash cards which work on an actual Game Boy. But the other benefit is this thing is brand new, right? Like, everything in this electronics, all of it is brand new. It was probably printed last year. It sat in this box until I bought it and opened it up. Brand new on stream. For all intents and purposes, this is a modern, screen upgraded, battery upgraded, fairly cheap. I don't know how much I paid off the top of my head, but it was very cheap kit for essentially what is a brand new Game Boy Color. Now, do I wish it would work better with these? Maybe. I tend to do backup stuff. I've got my normal Game Boy to do them off. Yes, I do wish they worked better. Do I wish I got a newer model of this? That I do, but I think it's just a firmware update. I think I can update it without much issue. Unless this is the latest firmware and they've cut stuff down. But the last I checked, there was 16 instead of... what was it? So this used to be the normal Game Boy logo. I think they've had to stop that for obvious reasons. Do I have to have a game in? I have to have a game in. Screw it. I'll show you what I guys mean. I might as well. And then I'll end the video. The palette for the Game Boy mode, there was a lot more than 12 from what I heard. Heard there was closer to 30 to 60. You can't see it. There's only a max of 12. They might have just cut it down, and this might be the latest one. I have to figure out version 1.04, which one that is. And then, is it even worth upgrading? Like, I've got all the functions still here. It does everything I want it to do. it's beautiful. So I don't know if I'm even worried about that. I don't even think so. Yeah, it's just weird when I get something and it doesn't do what instruction booklet says. But that's just the nature of working with electronics. Sometimes you get given an older thing. Sometimes they don't print new stuff because it's expensive, and why when it's minute. Otherwise, yay, free membrane. Alright, thank you guys for coming. I'll go to the thanks for watching screen. If you're watching on YouTube, comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Dislike if you didn't like and let me know why. Happy to have a talk. Still new to everything, so still trying to get things up and running. I'm not technically new, I just don't do much content, so my rate of growth is proportional to my rate of experience that I'm gaining. Otherwise, thanks for coming, love you all, take care, and stay tuned because I won't give you a sneak peek, but my next tech video is going to be something interesting. It's another build I have to do, and then with it I can do some test experiments which you guys might like or might not like. Otherwise, take care.